Live in the afternoon, it's Courtney. Does she know that she's here? But look at those ankle socks. Hey, I want your money. Give me your money. I want your money. I need to learn how to read. I'm so cookie shopper. I like jostled my bosoms out of place. I did not do it! That sounds like me when I play the recorder. You can't tell the difference, can you? But being gay. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Babbling, Courtney, Brooke, where you get to watch Chungus attack my arm. My eyebrows are very fierce today. Like Helga from Hey Arnold, you know? Yeah, way better. Anyway, so do I have anything planned? Not really. We can definitely, pick back up. pick back up where we left off on Monday since we got very carried away with lots of different things. But before we get into it, let's say hello. Courtney Russ, hello. Come everyone, let's help Let's help this beautiful woman out. Yeah. Yes. If you didn't know, there is something very exciting happening in September, which is also going to be during my birthday. But it's occurring in New York, and I'm a poor. And I really want to go. So if you can and want to, I would really appreciate help. Even if it's just sharing like the stream and like forcing your friends to subscribe, that's a free way to help everything out. Because if we can just get to like getting ad revenue, that can do a lot without you having to like fork over a dime. But if you have extra money, I wouldn't mind it. You know me, I'm not going to say no. Anyway, I'm very bad at this. I need to get better. Vengeance Demon, hello. Hi, dinosaur, UFOs, unicorn riding cats, and Courtney Hilton, best thumbnail ever. Thank you. That's a thumbnail that I honestly made it a long time ago, but I thought there's no way that this should ever see the light of day. This is just me letting my brain come out onto a screen. Like we can all just see the function of Courtney's brain. But I thought I was just going to keep it to myself. But here we are. AV Tom, hello. Hey, Frank is here. That's our Frank announcement. Purple Panther, America, fuck yeah, America. Courtney represents everything about this country worth fighting for. Yes. Nicole Magenta, hello. Sicker Chongus, yes. Look at that ferocious beast. My baby dog. September, yes, September. I know this now. Mm-hmm. Remember the 6th of September. That's my birthday. And that will mark exactly 1 year since I started streaming. We'll have so much to celebrate. Evening or afternoon. I don't know what time or day it is. Me neither. Breathe the Booker. Yay! Hello. You guys, I have something really sad to talk about. It's sort of funny, but it's really sad. Today I had the realization that my neighbor's dog died. The funny part about it is that Penelope, I called him Penelope's boyfriend. So he was like a blue heeler, and he was very old. He sounded old when he would bark. Like he was like, "Arr!" Like it didn't sound old. He sounded like an old man. And for fucking 6 years now, I would walk past this house and be like, "No, thank you. Oh, good job. You're so good at guarding your house that I don't even want to come over anymore." And at one point, like their house was on the corner. And so like it would face one street, right? And then like the whole side of their house was on the other street as you went around the corner. And they had a chain link fence. Bad move. Along the backyard, and that's where little old man would hang out. And Penelope, so after a while, I was like, I can't walk past the house because it's too much chaos. Because he starts barking, and then Penelope's like, ah, yeah. So I would cross the street and just walk on the sidewalk across the street. And so there were just like less lunging. It was just a lot easier to wrangle everything if I was like had enough distance. Sometimes I thought I could like sneak by too and like not catch the dog's eye if we were just across the street instead. And one time during the summer, I thought Penelope was fainting from the heat because as I was trying to cross the street, she would pretend to pass out. And I was like, oh shit, I'm having a medical emergency with my dog. But it turns out it was because she didn't want to cross the street because she wanted to talk to her boyfriend. So I'd pick her up and start running. And then she would, I'm like, oh, you son of a. Oh! So that's the funny part. Penelope is just not manipulative. She's very smart. And the last few weeks, I noticed that's a dog that he has. His brother was a dog that looked just like my dog Boots, and I almost kidnapped him on accident because I was like really sad, and I thought it was him, and I was like, oh my god, Boots, you've been here this whole time? Like I genuinely thought it was Boots, and then I was like, oh wait, I was there when I had to put him down. Never mind. It was it was kind of like a psychosis moment, I guess. So I noticed that he was like by himself in the yard for a while. And then sometimes I was like, well, maybe they're just not out at all because, especially that one, because he's so vocal. And I always go at a specific time because right before that, everybody's out and about. And I'm like, well, maybe it just was like, he's just still inside because he needs to have a really loud conversation with like everybody. And maybe like, his mom just didn't want him out there during that time. But then today, the thing is like, it was just weird. I was like, I don't understand why the Boots looking dog is out there, but the old man is not out there. But then today I saw the neighbor outside with the Boots looking dog and a new dog and no old man. So I was like, oh, how do I break this to Penelope? I don't know how to tell Penelope that her boyfriend's dead. So I haven't told her the news yet. She might have figured it out. I feel like you told that story before. The one about almost kidnapping the neighbor dog? Yeah. Yeah, that was a moment. Yeah. What a terrible moment that was because I was almost dropped Penelope and Cricket's leashes. So here I am like, hey, Bruce, what's going on? Drop. Oh, look at that. Now you have 0 dogs, Courtney. This is great. Fantastic. Because Penelope and Cricket, bye. Now, granted, Penelope used to escape the backyard without anyone knowing. And she would come back soon enough for no one to notice, except for one day she went on like too long of an adventure and got caught. That issue was remedied quickly. But like Cricket, it's funny because Cricket, like on walks, she has slipped her harness before and like, escaped. And I just pretended to fall down and she would come back. But one time she somehow got on the other side of the fence and just sat on the other side of the fence. And just was like, oh no, what do I do? Like, so all those times that you escaped your harness on a walk, like, did you think I was coming with you? What? Chunk, on the other hand, I have like she's so good that like I barely even hold on to her leash, and I've lost control. I've lost it before, and she just stops and immediately plops onto her back. Like she can tell that there's no one like hanging on. Fucking Babbling, like on the leash anymore, and she's like, ugh. So I know like if I dropped her leash, she would just follow me, or collapse and wait for me to come back. But no, helping Cricket, that would have been just like I have to go home and wait, I think, because I don't know where they're going. But they'll be back. Chihuahuas are definitely manipulative. They're big personalities and small bodies. That's why I love them. Yes. Yeah, no, Penelope, like, knows how to work the system. She's like, I don't even know how to explain it because she seems very mentally handicapped. Like, I'm pretty sure she's missing part of her brain. However, she's the one who knows how to get onto the table. The other dogs don't, even though I've watched Cricket jump really high. Like, she can easily jump up and get onto the counters. She just doesn't know that she can do that. She's very dumb. Penelope, though, like, she knows how to get into the pantry. I've heard her. I heard her once get into the pantry and she snarfled around and then she came back out of the pantry and closed the door behind her. She's very smart. My dog hates being outside. She barely tolerates walks. She wants to go to the bathroom and go right back inside. That's crazy. My dog's hook Penelope up with Chrissy's dog Waffles. Well, that's a lesbian love affair. They're all girls. But I'm sure that they would be BFFs. I'm sure that they would have a lot to talk to each other about. Poor Penelope, so misunderstood. She is like, hey, Cricket, what are you doing? She's like a very different dog. I've never met a dog like her ever. Not before, not since meeting her. She's such a, I don't know how to explain her. Here's the thing. I think part of it has to do, the rescue found her in an abandoned chicken coop taking care of her puppies. And so I don't know, part of me thinks she scared the chickens out of there. Cause I feel like she like picked up she might be part chicken. Like I don't know how to explain it. Like when she itches her back, it's not like your typical dog itching their back. Like she starts cartwheeling her butt and like doing this like flip-floppy thing. And I call it ferret butting because I don't know how else to describe it. I've never seen another dog do that before. Chongus will see her do that. It's so cute. Chongus will watch her do that sometimes. And then she'll be like, huh. And then she'll just flop onto her back and try to do it with her. Oh my God. It's so cute. I love my dogs. Dogs are smarter than cats. Cats just get credit for being smarter because they're usually arrogant. Yeah. Although, can you guys DM each other about this? Why do you have to talk about it in my chat? I'm trying to like talk to the audience. You know, people talking about stuff they can just DM each other about. Anyway. Yes. So Chonga Choo Choo likes to scratch your back with Penelope. But yes. So unfortunately, I had to I came to the realization that Penelope's boyfriend is dead. I haven't told her yet. I don't know if she's caught on. I just feel like we forget that the other exists until we see each other. Yeah, and then you can DM each other then when you see each other. Fun fact. Anyway, so that was my sad morning moment. But it was also funny to think about the time when Penelope tricked me into thinking that she was having a medical emergency because she wanted to stay on that side of the road to talk to her boyfriend. Penelope, you're so cute. You're a good friend. I love you. Can I have this, please? There we go. Look how cute. I love her. Hi, Michael. Hello. Oh no, 50 minutes in, we haven't had a WrestleMania. What's going on? So to recap, Penelope is an idiot savant and possibly part chicken. True. Also limit chat to the subject to which Courtney is currently addressing. Well, listen, crosstalk is going to happen, or cross chat's going to happen, but like saying the crazy shit that they do in my chat, like, hi, do you want my channel to get shut down? Jesus Christ. If that's the case, block me. You don't have to be here if you don't want to. No one's forcing you. Have those conversations in DMs. So I don't care that you guys talk to each other. Like, I get it. That's going to happen. I'm not always going to be paying laser focus attention to the chat or whatever. Like, let's not get too uptight here, please. But like, let's take into consideration that this is YouTube. They flag shit and will shut shit down if you're talking about certain things in the chat. Can't count it since it was only audio. True. Don't get me wrong. I go off on tangents sometimes and need to be stopped as well. But I've talked about it before. I need to clean up my act if I'm trying to go anywhere. But of course, what was I planning when I was on my walk with the dogs this morning? What was I thinking about? Deep diving into the Clintons and Whitewater and the Oklahoma City bombing and all that stuff. That's a word that you're not allowed to say within the first 2 hours. So good job, Courtney. And I was like, well, obviously I can't do that on YouTube if I want to do a video on that. So it's all I could think about though. That could be like a 3 hour, 4 hour like video, not even a stream, just a video. My house is making noises. Hey, Morgan, hello. It's not MeTube. Interesting. Well, I mean, now what's the difference between like YouTube versus MeTube? So is YouTube, does that mean like the viewer is watching you? And then if it's MeTube, then that would mean like the viewer is watching themselves? We're getting philosophical in here because I don't understand. You guys, oh wait, hold on. You're watching us on MeTube. YouTube means it's your tube. YouTube. I don't know. I'm so tired.
And Judge, it sounds like just one witness. We're asking for sequestration, but that may be a moot point.
All right.
It is one witness, Your Honor.
We're off the record.
Wait, so Frank, that means that I'm watching you. I'm watching you in the chat. Mind your P's and Q's.
We're asking for sequestration, but that may be a moot point.
All right.
It is one witness, Your Honor.
We're asking for sequestration, but that may be a moot point.
All right.
It is one witness, Your Honor.
What are you gonna do? I think it was originally a video site for you. Yes. I mean, YouTube needs to conform to society's standards. MeTube could do anything at once because I have no boundaries. Yes. I mean, YouTube does need to actually become YouTube again and not whatever the hell that is. Tube comes from vacuum tubes. I thought tube had to do with tube, like, because TVs had that like tube in them back in the day with the fat back TVs, or the ones that like you could barely move and they were floor stand TVs. They had they had like the like a radio tube or something, whatever in it. That's why people will call the TV the boob tube. And so YouTube was like named that because it's like a reference to basically like it's like replacing the TV. True. Cathode ray. You have to be careful with that word, by the way. But you made it all one word, so it's okay. Isn't that so stupid? It's just stupid because like I don't care about this kind of stuff. But YouTube is so nasty that like if I want to like be pushed through the algorithm, I have to like mind my P's and Q's. Like I'm never gonna get like ad revenue ever if I'm not the first part of this word. What cathode ray tube? Is that what that is? TVs originally had the cathode ray tubes. Is that okay? That's what it is. Cathode, custodian. For YouTube needs to be the YouTube that it was back in 2005. Well, not necessarily, because then that means no one would get paid, right? They weren't getting ad revenue and stuff back then. Cathode. This does not, I'm not going to lie, this doesn't clear it up for me. I think, well, cathode. But you know, I understand that like advertisers are going to have certain standards, but the advertisers are, well, man, I can't do it. It's only 30 minutes in. Cathode. I feel like this is making this is telling me I don't know how to read. I used to know how to read. Do you know, I used to be an advanced reader when I was in school. I was always like multiple grades ahead of my peers. Now I would fail. Are you smarter than a fifth grader? I just said fifth grader. Fifth grader. All right. Well, I'm just going to go Minecraft myself. This is Really embarrassing. All of it. So did you guys know that Beyonce is basically Katy Perry? Let me distract you from all of the embarrassing things that just happened. Let's take the embarrassment off of me and put it onto somebody else. Okay. We have to mute it. Look at this. Even Beyonce hates her country music. Now, I have to say, she does have a little bit more pep in their step than Katy Perry, but look at her just kind of like she's not dancing along. This doesn't actually feel as bad as it was when I was first watching it. Like, because she actually does seem like she is into it. I don't know. I've seen Beyonce perform before. Wow, I can't talk. I've seen Beyonce perform before. I've never like been to her concert or anything, but I've seen, like clips from live shows, like award performances and stuff. And this just seems so lackluster. Just scooting along. Like all I could gather from this. Now, granted, I, wasn't watching it on mute. And like the tone in her voice and everything, it just was like, she's bored. Look, oh my God. North. Blue Ivy looks identical to her. Lucky, because her dad, yikes. Holy smokes. That confused me. Look at her. She looks just like, say my name, Beyonce. Whoa. Dresses like me when I'm panicking and dressed to impress and don't know what to put on. Yeah, same. I feel like I put on an outfit almost identical to that, actually, and dressed to impress. So the good news is she does not appear to be as bored. She sounded a lot more bored than anything, and also like this song sucks. Just to let you know. You probably already guessed it, but the song sucks. It sounded a lot more country than some of the other songs that she had that she claimed were country. Can I just for a moment? So somebody brought it up to Kelly Clarkson one time. They're like, oh my God, Beyonce got snubbed at the Country Music Awards and blah, blah, blah. She was like, so did I. They did not like that, but she was like, yeah, I went into the industry doing pop music and I tried to get into the country music sphere, but they really will reject you if you are not making country music your whole world. And like you have to like live and breathe country music. You can't stray. Like Taylor Swift can never go back to country music ever, right? And she was like, yeah, so really like I couldn't make it in the country music world because I wasn't like dedicated full force to it. Which reminds me of Lil Nas X, how he did that stupid Old Town Road song. And everyone's like, oh, the country music charts, they're so racist because they won't let him be on the charts or whatever. But he didn't have a country album. He just had the one song that was like kind of country. And they're like, look how extra racist it is because Billy Ray Cyrus did a version of it with featuring him. And that one made the country music charts. Yeah, Billy Ray Cyrus has been doing country music for a million years. Lil Nas X has never done country music. He did this one song that's kind of country, maybe, and that's just because it says, take my horse to the Old Town Road. It's not really like country. But Billy Ray Cyrus took it and made a country version of it and then had Lil Nas X feature on it. That was country. And he's been a country music artist for like decades and decades and decades. That's just how it is in the country music world. Do I think that it's perfect? No. Actually, you know what? In a way, I kind of do. Let's gatekeep a little bit in musical genres. We never should have let Justin Timberlake go to the BET Awards. We shouldn't have. No. Not for you, sir. But no. We had to do it with those cornrows and everything. We just had to let him on down. Stupid. I'm trying to give you a better view of Chunka. There we go. But so Beyonce trying to say that like, oh, it has to do with race is ridiculous because first of all, she did a few songs that sounded somewhat country, like this one that she was very lackluster dancing to was like kind of country, but like she took Jolene and turned it into a hip hop song. Hip hop song. There was one song that again, like it was just the lyrics were, I guess, you know, honky tonk or whatever. But it was a freaking trap song. It was a trap song. And she's like, I don't know. I divorced my man and what do country music artists talk about? Lost my car and my dog and left my dude or whatever. I don't know. I clearly don't listen to country music very much. But just because your lyrics sound like you might be a hillbilly doesn't mean that it's a country song. You can't just give us a trap song and be like, yeah, but I said honky tonk. So obviously this is a country song now. I would even argue a lot of country music artists that put like their country pop music out there, like not really country music. It's just, you're already a country music artist. And so you got away with it. Guns, beers, girls, trucks, family. Yeah. Okay. So, you know, just because she was like, I was drinking my Coors Light and I kissed my husband goodnight. Like, it's still a trap song. You guys, here's the thing. I'm conflicted because there's a country rap song that I really want to listen to with you guys, but I don't want to get like a copyright claim. But it definitely is not like actual country. It just, the girl wears a hat and a plaid shirt and she's like, but one of the lines, it's so funny because she says something about like, she says like, eating fried chicken, can't have the biscuits, something, don't forget the brisket. And I thought, okay, is this bitch telling us that she like is gluten-free? Why can't you have the biscuits, ma'am? Fried chicken and brisket. There's so many calories in that. And there, I mean, with a fried chicken, man, why are you eating fried chicken if you can't have biscuits? Do you know how much gluten's in that? It's fried chicken. What do you think is in that breading? And then I came to the realization that she's one of us. One of us. Sing it for us. I can't remember a lot of it. I heard it, the first time I heard it was like sometime in 2022. And I was like, oh my God, this exists? Why? Why? And then I forgot about it. And then there was one day I was talking to my brother and I was like, there's this really terrible like country rap song and this girl. And he goes, oh, Katie Noel. And I was like, how did you, what? And he's like, I don't know. I just listen. That's the only really stupid country rap song or rap artist that I can think of right now. I was like, well, yeah, that's her. And then it all went by the wayside. And then it just popped up in my feed the other day, and I was like, oh my God, people still think about her and talk about her. Maybe she's not eating carbs. Well, she can't have the chicken or the briskets either. She can't, because the fried chicken is covered in carbs, okay? And that brisket, you're going to tell me that brisket was not marinated in something loaded in sugar and carbs. I'm going to tell you right now, it was. She got the Jolene song wrong. Instead of asking Jolene to not take her man, she just says, you ain't going to take my man. Yeah, she took the song that was very much like a woman who was like in pain and begging and pleading not to ruin her relationship. You know, just saying like, I'm begging you, please, like, don't do this. You can have anyone. Please don't take him. And turned it into like, Fafo, baby. And again, she turned it into like a hip hop song, as I said earlier, a hip hop song. Like, I don't. You know what? Actually, speaking of which, this every once in a while this crosses my mind, and I never tell anybody about it. And I I need to tell somebody now that it's crossed my mind again. You know who did probably one of the best cover songs out there, and only because, well, maybe I'm just stupid, but I feel like she did it really well because it took me a really long time to realize that it was a cover song. I didn't know it was a cover song. Joss Stone, remember her? She covered the White Stripes, Fell in Love with a Girl. Wow, right? And the cool thing about it was, first of all, she covered it like while that song was still popular, which kind of, I think, threw me off a little bit. But the way that she covered that song is she turned it into a completely different song. Love with a boy, right? She has really good vocals. She is a very good singer. I botched that. Now, we sit in the living room waiting for Ines to return. That's how you should cover a song, unless you are trying to do what Beyonce was doing and like you're covering a country song that don't completely change genres. Like, I don't know, throw in a little extra banjo or something. I don't know. I can't really, I mean, I feel like this is probably going to hurt some feelings, but I can't really call myself a musician, right? I've covered 1.5 songs in my life, and I did not actually really like cover them, like change them. I just performed a song live because no one knew who my band was, and they needed at least one song to be familiar. So I can't really say that I know like all the ins and outs of like how to do a good cover song or anything. But I just think Beyonce didn't really do it very well. I have to say also, you guys, I'm a little upset. It's no one's fault. And really, I'm not that upset. But the Karen Reed trial is still going, and I'm not watching it. And today, the only thing that's like a little sad about it is today they've got Jen McCabe as a witness, and woo! Wee woo, wee woo, wee woo. Her testimony is I don't even know how to explain it. I wasn't able to watch like a lot of it today, so I really can't I can't compare it to her last one, but she was the Haas Long to die in the cold person. And yeah, it turns out she's been dishonest since the beginning. But the Barug babies. I really need to like fix my face for a second because, oh my God, it just looks like I have a Kool-Aid mouth right now. How do we fix this? It really does just look like a bunch of smearing all over my face. Like, why are you blowing out like that, girl? Can we just get a straight line? Part of this is my fault, to be honest, because I was like, oh, I need to like tap. And then it all went to shit. I'll probably just take it off and start over. But anyway. I have to be really quiet right now because Chungus doesn't like it. So good. Okay, this is bothering me. Hold on. Well. Hey, I want your money. Give me your money. Super chat. Super chat. Give me all your money. 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 I want your money. Give me your money. I want your money. Give me your money. I want your money. Give me your money.
I wish somebody were funding me. I'm poor.
Yeah, I'm not done. Whoops. I just, I think I just made it worse. Just keep making it bad. You know what? Wait. Sometimes a little gloss just helps it look a little. Yeah. Anyway. Your recorder playing is more country than Beyonce. That's right. I'm drinking my Coors Light. Kiss my husband goodnight. Then I got in my truck. And then I yelled out, what the? This ain't your typical honky tonk. It's a really good song. That was cool. Shannon Lee, hello. We're writing country music on the recorder. Drink my Coors Light. Then I kiss my baby goodnight, or my husband goodnight. Then I got in my truck. Then I yelled, what the? This ain't your typical honky tonk. Typical honky tonk. That's all I got so far. I just thought of that. Move over, Dolly. Oh no. Working 9 to 5. What a way to make a living. Oh, Dolly, she's the queen. But yeah, Beyonce sucks. Again, you know what? It wasn't as bad as how I felt about that performance when I first watched it, but it was still just like, I think she fucking hates this song. Look at my dog. Should we watch it one more time? It's all taking and no giving. Like, it's just, so Katy Perry, we all remember, she looked like a freaking zombie on stage. So here we have like a little bit more energy. It's just, let me see, maybe I can get away with like a smidge of audio. First of all, The audio is terrible, but that's probably just because this is probably a cell phone recording. See, like there's just no like oomph in her voice. Right? Like I just let's mute that. Woo! Woo! Like you can see she's like smiling through it, which Katy Perry couldn't even fake that. But she's she just sounds bored. I do have to say she is a really good vocalist. I don't like she's not like one of my faves. Like, of course, you know, I'm an old, so for me, like the queens are like Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey, like those ones. If anyone talks about a vocalist, like those are the first two that immediately come to mind. Mariah, she's like my personal favorite. I've always loved singing along with all of her songs. I always try to mimic her voice because it's incredible. I could never mimic Whitney Houston's voice though. There is something about it that is just like untouchable. Oh my God. Rest in peace, Whitney Houston. I just almost got like really sad. I miss her. But she was, I mean, my God. Whew. That Prince of Egypt song that they did together is like, oh my God. It is just like overflowing with talent. It's just, they're so amazing. And of course, then you have like the obvious, like Adele is another one who just like, you know, blows so many singers out of the water. Ariana Grande is another incredible vocalist. And I have to admit this, even though her songs are horrendous, she's like probably the worst music writer on the planet, but Meghan Trainor has an incredible voice. And I think she doesn't get enough recognition for that. Speaking of which, Kelly Clarkson. Woo! Another one that like, how are we not? I just feel like we just sort of forget. Like her and Pink, I wish Pink would like sing more for her actual, like she would do songs that are more for her voice. Cause it just kind of, I don't know. It just seems like there's something too like poppy or something, like something about it where it's just like, you can do so much more with your voice. I know you freaking can. But Kelly Clarkson, whoo-wee. And like, but the thing is Beyonce is also like an incredible vocalist. Like I'm not going to tell you like she's not, but I just feel like there's something about her voice that just that is like nowhere near somebody like Whitney Houston or Mariah. But maybe that's just me because I'm biased that I already had those queens. I am almost the same age as Mariah Carey's career. Like I was born and then her first album was released like a year later. Has she made a decent come back. Has she made a decent song since Jay-Z? I would say like I did listen to Lemonade. And I mean I didn't hate it. Well, that was pretty good. There was the hold up, they don't love you like I love you. Step down, they don't love you like I love you. Can't you see there's no other man above you? What a wicked way to treat the girl that loves you. That's a good song. I like that song. Oh, I had Whitney Houston cassette in my purple boombox. I want to dance with somebody. Oh my God. I'm every woman. It's all in me. Anything you want done, baby. Pink is a liberal extremist. Oh yeah. She did the whole, like, she posted about the book banning or whatever. Remember that? Like, claiming that there were books that were being banned. And like all the books that she listed were not banned. My favorite about the whole book banning thing, mind you, ADD, fucking derail, is Barnes and Noble had like a whole display of books that were banned. I'm like, wait a minute. So I can just buy a book that's banned? This book is banned and I can just buy it? Where's Mein Kampf? We're going to talk about books that are banned. Don't see that anywhere. Oh, yeah. Christina Aguilera, too, at her peak. Absolutely. Dude. How could I forget her? Hello. It's so funny because I feel like Christina Aguilera is one of those where it's just like, it's so, I guess, like, duh, that it doesn't even cross my mind. Like, yeah. But yeah, she's definitely like Whitney, Mariah, Christina. Oh, yeah. Mariah Carey started in 1990. No, she didn't. Her first album was released in 86, right? Am I insane? Mariah Carey discography. Didn't Vision of Love come out in the 80s? 1990. Wait, what happened in 1986? Hold on. Because a music box. Okay, wait, hold on. What happened? Thank you for saying that, Ben, because what happened in 1986? I genuinely thought that 1986 was. Wait, was that when she would? Well, I feel like that must have been just. Wait. That must have been when I Still Believe by Brenda K. Starr came out. The only thing I can think of that I would have confused that with. Hold on. Brenda, whoops. K. Starr. I Still Believe. You look in my eyes and I get emotional inside. Okay, it came out. Okay, so the album came out in 87. Let's just look at this together, okay? So that you know that I'm not lying. All Tied Up came out in, wait. It was released in 80, or wait, recorded in 87. So what the hell came out in 86? What happened in 86? I Still Believe one of the songs which was released in 87. What happened in 86? Did she go on tour then? Now I need to figure out what happened in 86. Why did I think that? Huh. Well, thank you, Ben, for correcting me. I would have just gone around just assuming that her career started in 86. Maybe, I don't know, maybe that was when she was first like singing as a backup singer. Mariah Carey can sing. She still knows how to hit that high note. I don't know. 86 was Cyndi Lauper. No, here's the thing. I don't really know anything about Cyndi Lauper. There's something that happened with Mariah Carey or something that was like, that happened in 86 that because I never really looked into anything about Cyndi Lauper, right? So there's something that I'm associating with Mariah Carey in 86. Unless I confused something that she did with the Beastie Boys touring with Madonna. Oh my God, is that what I'm confusing it with? Lana Del Rey is the one. Oh, wait, hold on. Dirty Deeds. Look at this guy with his lies. Beyonce ate her boyfriend. Confirmed. You know what, Dirty Deeds? Here's the thing. Wee woo, wee woo, wee woo. Stop spreading lies in my chat. I was frustrated that you were saying all sorts of weird stuff that wasn't true in my chat, and you were hell-bent on it being true, but I do actually appreciate this joke now. I think this is fun. I almost banned you. Like I said, I almost banned Paul because he made up weird ass lies about me and was spreading them in my chat. And you know what? I don't care how much of a simp he is for me. I'm gonna fucking ban you if you're spreading lies, especially if it's about me. Why would you make up lies about me, Paul? I'm mad at you. I'm gonna continue being mad at you until you explain yourself. Remember when they banned Judy Blume? Did they ban Judy Blume? I don't remember this. But I do remember this fake book ban. Here's the thing about that. Does anybody know about this? I'm sure you guys all do. There's there's a book called Gender Queer, and it's extremely explicit about adult exchanges. And there's cartoon drawings of it, and the words in the book are extremely inappropriate for young people to read. Now, would I say that like a high schooler could read this material, look at this material, and not have any bizarre trauma from it that like a young kid would? Sure. But as an adult, I think it's very creepy to insist that this is material that is that is distributed to anyone under the age of 18. That's creepy. Okay. If I am a teenager and I have parents, okay, that is between myself and my parents. Okay. And I'm going to tell you right now, people who want to control that, like, well, there's parents out there that are like super Christian and they don't want their kids to do, then that's fine. The kid will figure it out when they're over 18 then. It's not your problem to solve. I don't know if you know this, but we all have weird experiences with our parents, not like, the touchy kind. But what I'm saying is that we all have experiences growing up that we feel are not the most positive from our parents, whether it's them being way too restrictive, or maybe they're not giving us enough structure at all. But that's just what that's just what it is to live as a human being on planet Earth. And in our adult lives, we are lucky enough to make up our own minds and learn from those experiences, and then just be a better parent if we choose to have children, or maybe be responsible enough to not have children because we don't feel like we're stable enough because we didn't learn enough from our parents, or whatever. But it's not imperative that I look at cartoon drawings of naked people and hear about the blueberry flavored condom and lack of lubricant during anal sex in a book when I'm in high school. That is not going to help me really with anything. It doesn't matter if I know about that or not. It really doesn't. And what is actually more traumatizing is if some creepy adult at my school is insisting that I read about it. That's way weirder than if my parent goes, hey, let's talk about the birds and the bees. I know this is uncomfortable for you to talk about with your mom or your dad or whatever. I just want to lay this out for you, whatever, right? You see, like what I did as a teenager was I listened to Loveline. Dr. Drew did not insist that I listen to it. In fact, the hours that it played were essentially not conducive to my sleep. I was young, but I listened to it anyway because it was Sunday night through Thursday night. I think it was like 10 to midnight or something like that. I learned a lot. And we had our regular old health class where we learned about the consequences of doing the deed. That's all I needed to know. Hey, guess what? You're probably going to want to do this, but this is what you are at risk of, and here's how you can prevent it. book ban. Do you remember where you were when you heard Whitney died? I was in a gay bar and they had a mega mix already lined up. Wow. I think I was just at home. Probably drunk. NZ guy, Courtney looking hot today. Thank you. You're thinking Whitney Houston. Whitney Houston's career started in 86? Whitney Houston discography. She's got an album that came out in 85 and an album that came out in 87. I'm gonna have to look into this because I don't know. I don't know what I'm confusing it with. I haven't heard anything from Pink in years, but my girl's Gwen Stefani. Gwen Stefani, I would not say is a vocalist. For my money, it's all about Denise Williams. Let's hear it for the bear. You confuse her with Sade, but I don't know anything about Sade. I've never researched anything about Sade. I know, sorry. Sure, that's sacrilege to some. I want to add Lauryn Hill to the mix, but I don't think she was a mega global as the others. I know, because she really was an incredible talent. Guys, you know you better watch out. Some girls are only about that thing. I need to have an adult exchange soon. Someone swipe right. Oh, yeah, Dream Lover was a good song. I love that song. We used to be a proper country when there was a PSA asking if parents knew where their children were. Right? Yes. It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are? The fact that, like, parents had to be reminded that they had kids was amazing. It's really funny, actually, like, this shift in parenting that happened. Like, I feel like I saw it right before my very eyes. Like, we did those, fundraiser runs, right? And I, did not do very well in it with the fundraising, or did I ever sell anything? I don't know. Or even the laps. I don't know. Like, I was never like that good at it. And I remember getting a ribbon one year and I was like, what the fuck is this for? And I was like, why did they give me this? And I couldn't understand, but I got like a participation ribbon for just being there. And I'm like, I don't understand what the point of that is. And it didn't happen all the time, right? It wasn't something that happened like every single year or whatever. It's like the participation trophy was something that I didn't fully, like when people were talking about it, I'm like, oh, well, that didn't happen when I was a kid, but it kind of did, like sort of. Like it was starting to inch its way into life. And like when I was a kid, my mom needed to go to the pharmacy. Our babysitter was the toy aisle. Although, like, I will say, when I was working retail, by the time I was, a teenager, and people would do the same thing, I was like, oh my God. It wasn't even irritating that they were destroying the aisle and I had to fix it. It was just that, like, how are they not afraid that someone might kidnap the kid? Because I don't know who their parent is. Any adults can come by and take the kid. I wouldn't know. And just because the kid's throwing a tantrum, that doesn't mean that that's the wrong adult. It could just mean that the kid doesn't want to leave. Oh. I'm either too old or too straight for this conversation. Like, I think that kids need to be taught independence. And there are certain things that my mom instilled in us when I was little that it was like easy for her to like let us go off and do stuff because we weren't like that stupid. And like it was, you know, it was difficult for somebody to try and kidnap us or whatever. But it's not every kid is that smart, and not every parent is like smart enough to teach their kid that. And so there was just this shift where it's like, okay, with Gen X, maybe if like a hug or two would be nice. Perhaps, you know, just a little bit of like positive attention could be cool. Just, do we have to toughen our kids up so much? Could we just lighten up? And then it's just like you trickle down and you don't even fully get through the millennials. Like I come from a time where I'm an elder millennial, right? So like it was still very normal for us to get toughened up. But you don't even get all the way through the end of the millennials and suddenly you just have these softs. And then you get to Gen Z and it's like, oh my God. Like these people think that like going to a music festival is a stressful event. What? In England, they asked, do you know where your wife is? Is that because of Jack the Ripper? I'm a Gen Xer. Yeah, you're a tough fraud. Gen X for the win again. I will say though, Gen X is what started the removal of words, okay? We're going to talk about what word, but Gen X started the whole, you're not allowed to say certain words. And then it turned into this whole shit show by the mid to late 2000s, okay? So I'm sorry, Gen X, but you have to take the blame for that. Other than that, I will say Gen X is a pretty solid generation of folk. My parents were the ultimate helicopter parents. Well, that explains a lot. What words? I'm not going to say it. And in fact, if I even say, you know, what word it is, people are going to say like, oh my God, they're going to start attacking me for like complaining about that word being removed. And my issue here is that they started it by removing the one word. And then now the issue is that like, we can't say any words at all. Well, I mean, obviously we can say words, but like we just can't say just regular ass words that were once part of our vernacular, right? Yeah, there's that one. You know, this one. Because it started with the one word that was like widely used on television, which sends me into shock because they were saying it on Oprah. And I was like, oh my God, like, why would you? Do you not know? Look at the host, ma'am. You can't say that to her. And that was in like 1992, 93. And then by 97, it was like, nope. And now suddenly I can't say the word of my people. Right? I'm a bigot if I'm like, that's gay. The F slur. All of it. Does the words start with an N? Well, if you just imagine a white person saying something to Oprah, what would be like the one word that you wouldn't say to Oprah like on television? As a Gen X, I make sure to say bundle of sticks and special. Yeah, see, like those words were taken away from us because it started with the one word, and that was Gen X that started it. No lie, growing up, my friend's brother is named Nicholas Gurr. That is really funny. He was white. Isn't that, there's that one kid that plays football. I think he's still in high school. His name's Noah, and his last name is Kniga, and it's like Knigga. But when I first saw it, I was like, wait. I thought the K was silent. I was like, no one can say that. Chrissy Mears' boobs are here. Quick chest bump. Gotta get back to work. Okay, bye. Yeah, the gays, the blacks, the special needs. Yeah, they're all gone now. We Gen X use the F slur and N word all the time. It was boomers who banned that stuff. They were in control of schools, not Gen X. I'm talking about the people who were in charge of the TV. Because Gen X, they were like entering that part of the entertainment world and were in control of it by the late 90s. And that is when it went away. It was there during boomer time. Gen X took it away. That was still boomers. They were at the top. I mean, they were like there, but again, like the boomers were the ones who were like actively doing it. It wasn't until the Gen Xers started entering the force, just like those Gen Zers now, when they were their little 16, 17, 18-year-old selves going, you can't do this, you can't do that. And we just all fucking followed suit like a bunch of idiots. Boomers did the same thing with Gen X in the mid to late 90s. It's true. We were just entering the workforce at the time. I know. That's what I'm saying. Boomers hate the First Amendment. Here's the thing that I think you guys are missing, though. No, they don't. They didn't hate it for the first like 15 years that they were in charge. 15, 20 years they were in charge. Then Gen X stepped in and we're like, hi, guys. We're here. And like, we're going to help you fix all this stuff that we think you're bad at. And then they ruined it. I'm just saying. Because if the boomers didn't want that word being used, it would have been taken away 20 years prior. And it wasn't. Mm-mm. The words are so important. We had to invent gamer lobbies to bring them back. Yes. Okay, pardon me a moment. I have to use the facilities. I forgot that Jonathan Davis beatboxed and scatted in Freak on a Leash. Does anybody remember this? Go! That guy became a millionaire from that, by the way. Here I am doing that for free, and homie was getting millions of dollars to do that on stage every night. But like seriously, how come we didn't talk about that more? Jonathan Davis is over here with his dreadlocks. Go! And we just accepted it. We turned him into a millionaire. What? We did that. We were like, this is perfect. Thank you, Jonathan Davis. I mean, for crying out loud, nowadays he would have been protested and harassed, I think, for the cultural appropriation. Corn Prodigy mashup, please. Go! Oh, so oh man. Subscribe for more of that. Yeah. Hello. Look, I found not on the internet. I must protect your innocence, ma'am. I can't believe I let you see that. Ooh, update on the crush at work. Got her number last week. Get money. Get money. Get money. Okay, I'm very excited. I'd rather just have her as a friend, though. What? What? Men think like that? This is a new phenomenon. I've never heard of that before. No. It's okay. Okay. Poor Cricket. Boomers came up with the rating system and tried to ban Rick bands. What? Oh, you mean like this is rated PG and whatever? Crush doesn't usually mean just friendship. I feel like a crush never means friendship. It means that you have a friend that you have a crush on. Yes, because work relationships always end in chaos and my life is chaotic enough at the moment. That's fair, but still. Yeah, work relationships. I mean, here's the thing. They say that you meet you meet your partner at work. Like the majority of the time, people meet their significant other at work. So there's that, but you don't get married, then you have to hope and pray she gets fired. There's no other option. Neither one of you can just quit. She needs to get fired. I met my husband online before dating apps. Lucky. I start by saying, nice shoes. Want to fuck? Of course you do, douchey. Crush means infatuation. Yeah, crush means that like there's, it's like you're like friends and stuff and you like being their friend, but you have like a desire too. Now, don't be going around telling me that like, oh, I just want her as a friend, but like with benefits. No. That's going to make it worse than if you actually have a relationship. The boom, bop, bop, boom, ba da ba dee ba. Is that the scatting sounds that he makes? I'm viewing it like this. If it happens, it happens. If not, cool. You know what I'm hoping? She finds another job. Now that you have her number, she can leave and then you just pursue it. Do you guys want to read those letters to the president again? Oh my God, my first boyfriend and I met in World's Chat in the late 90s. Oh my God. That is a vintage statement if I ever heard one. I never met a boyfriend online. There's like two guys that I like actually called my boyfriend, right? And we did have interactions online that did lead to us actually dating, but we met in person. Like we both had, in both situations, like we had similar like social circles. So I met one when I was in a band and our bands would play shows together. And I met another one at a wedding. And we just, one, we stayed in contact via MySpace and he DM'd me. And another one, we stayed in contact via Facebook and he DM'd me. I don't talk to either one of them now. But as you can see, the forms of communication that we were using are a bit outdated. So. Excuse me, these dogs think that someone's here to see them. Hey, I want your money. Give me your money. Super chat. Super chat. Give me all your money. 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 I want your money. Give me your money. I want your money. Give me your money. I want your money. Give me your money.
I wish somebody were funding me. I'm poor.
I must stretch a bit while I'm up. Do. Your dogs just became refugees from Tartarstan. Yes. Doing. Yeah. I've been single so long, my last boyfriend I met on MySpace. That's a long time. The last time I even used MySpace was like 2009. I'm getting a nice little stretch in right now, and like I just want to stay like this. Vengeance Demon dated Tom from MySpace. Yeah. How'd you know? Dirty deeds. You're making weird shit up on Twitter now. I was saying I want to dance with somebody in reference to Shannon's comment about having the Whitney Houston tape. I didn't cite Mariah Carey specifically when I started singing that song. Get your shit together. Hi, Scottish Ranger. Dirty Deeds is in trouble. Yet again, making weird shit up. Let's see here. Okay, I saved this because do you guys remember when I was talking about that? I'm banning myself. I'm banning myself. Bye. Don't worry, I'm going to correct you when the stream is over. Someone live tweeting about you. No, he responded to. Wait, did he respond to my post or yeah, he responded to my post. But he was like making up what he was talking about because he said today you were conflating Mariah and Whitney. You cited Mariah Carey, but saying I want to dance with somebody. Literally not listening or paying attention when I pulled up Shannon's comment where she said I had Whitney Houston's tape in my cassette player. And I was like, oh my God, that's so cute. I want to dance with somebody. How can you fuck that up so hard, Dirty Deeds? How can you fuck that up so hard? I get it. You need to be right. And for some reason, you think that means I need to be wrong. But we can both be right at the same time. You don't have to make up weird lies about me and the things that I do and say. Taylor Schabusiness did not eat her boyfriend. Ooh, life update as well. I've lost 60 pounds since April of last year. Fuck yeah. Yes. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Hold on. And that's amazing. Congratulations. Keep it up, skinny. I believe the weird lies to he who shall not be named. Don't Scottish Ranger, here's the thing. If you summon that guy, you're banned for life. Okay. Hi, Plotbot. You seem to be very upset that you're here. I think about you often, Plotbot. I hope you're well. She didn't eat him, Garviel. She did not eat him. She did not eat him. Stop. Wee woo, wee woo, wee woo, wee woo, wee woo, wee woo, wee woo. Stop lying in my chat. Wee woo, wee woo, wee woo, wee woo. Nobody lies in my chat. Wee woo, wee woo. Stop lying. Wee woo, wee woo, wee woo. We already went over this the other day. We went over all the different details of the case. She didn't eat him. She put his head. Wait, no. She put what limb was it? She put his limb. Some of his limbs. I can't remember which one now. In a crock pot box. Not even the crock pot. The crock pot box. And then somehow people just decided that meant she ate him. Here's the thing. Even if he had body parts, or she put body parts in the crock pot, that doesn't mean that she ate him. It's just like, what was her name? Kathy Knight, I think. Catherine Knight, the Australian lady that skinned her boyfriend and hung it up as curtains and then dismembered his body and like cut it all up and cooked it. And she made like placements at the table for all the kids and then like even had some set aside for the dog. She cooked him up. She didn't eat him. Nobody ate him. Nothing was eaten. I don't care if there was intention. It didn't happen. So stop lying. She was S-ing his D while butchering him. Also a lie. Also a lie. She strangled him with a chain. That's how he died. She didn't butcher him until later. She did weird sex stuff with his body for like a few hours. And then she dismembered him. And also, if that's cannibalism to you, I don't think you know what cannibalism is because she didn't eat him. And that's what cannibalism is. Butchering somebody is not cannibalism. Killing somebody is not cannibalism. Having sex with a dead body is not cannibalism. She did not eat him. Therefore, it is not cannibalism. If that's what you consider it, I'm sorry, you're wrong. I mean, curtains and food are expensive. Exactly. Poor Catherine was just trying. She was just a baller on a budget. Tim F, hello. I mean, after, but she didn't eat him, so it's not cannibalism. She said she was dismembering him and blowing him while doing it. Was that in her statement? I only read the like breakdown of the investigation and everything, but I didn't actually see or hear any of her direct statements. She's a freak bitch. I agree with you on that one, but it's not cannibalism. She didn't eat him. She didn't eat him. So we're not calling it cannibalism. You want to talk about that with your friends or whatever? Sure, that's fine, whatever. But we're not calling it cannibalism here because that's not what it is. The woman's a mess. And we love her. Should we watch the video again? It's buried deep in here now. Remember 9-year-old Jason with his worries about the HOA? What a time. Oh, what a moment in time.
Right.
Oh, too soon, ma'am.
Sequestration, but that may be a moot point.
All right.
It is one witness, Your
We're off the record.
It sounds like just one witness. We're asking for a sequestration.
What do you mean one? We already watched it like 3 times.
It is one witness, Your Honor.
We're off the record.
Is she single? Well, I think so, because her previous lover is no longer with us.
One witness. We're asking for a sequestration, but that may be a moot point.
Carrie, you're behind.
It is one witness, Your Honor.
We're off the record.
Carrie, whatever you're adding now, you have to add 3 to it because we already watched it 3 times earlier.
One witness. We're asking for a sequestration, but that may be a moot point.
All right.
It is one witness, Your Honor.
I think she should be in an asylum, not jail. Well, I mean, this hearing that she's at here that we're watching, she allegedly assaulted a prison employee. That is what the allegation is currently, and that is why they are having a court hearing. So I don't know. Would an asylum be better? This is 7. You watched without me. I didn't know you left. Has anyone interviewed her? I don't know. I think they're all afraid. What if she's got vocals like Whitney Houston and is holding back? Could you imagine if she sounds like Whitney Houston and suddenly now she's on tour with Mariah Carey and they're doing the Prince of Egypt song? There can be miracles when you believe. Oh, hope is frail. It's hard to kill. Imagine how perfect is that song? Oh, she just believed and she got a miracle. She got out of prison and is touring with Mariah Carey. Okay. Anyway. I think it'd be better. She would be forced into therapy and be medicated. That can probably still be part of a sentence, maybe. Because in prison, if you are prescribed medication, like they have to give it to you. It's just, I don't really know what the process is. Like if you're allowed to go see a psychologist while you're there and all that stuff. So I want a WrestleMania with somebody. There will be miracles. Wait, when you. Oh, this is amazing. I am so tired. Yeah, you guys want to hear something fun? I got about 3.5 hours of sleep last night. Okay. Because somebody, let me see if I can go find her. Can you guess who insisted on booping my snoot multiple times between 11:30 and 2 a.m.? I'll give you some time to discuss who you think it is. I'm gonna go. If you guessed cricket, you would be correct. She doesn't want to put me down. She doesn't want me to put her down. Oh, what do I win? I don't know. You won't get banned. It's probably cricket, but I want it to be Penelope. Penelope's really funny when she wakes up in the middle of the night. Like she just she got up and she just sort of looked at me. She just was like, she's so cute. But yeah, no, this thing. At one point too, I was like, "You're so cute, but come on, lay down." And she got up, went to the foot of my bed, and then turned around and stared at me. And I went, "What are you doing?" And she came back and started like at my face. And I was like, "Okay, she has to go. She needs to potty. Like I don't want to like. I want her to know like she needs to tell me when she needs to go potty. So I'm gonna let her out." She didn't potty. She didn't potty. It was 2:00 in the morning. And I was like, "Are you?" So then I'm like, "This fucking dog, I have to rehome her, this piece of shit." And here. Just move a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay, you can lay down. Here you go. Lay down. No. Frank! Yay, Frank! Thank you. Everybody say thank you, Frank. I can't believe Keanu liked the tweet I made the other day, the "Can I pet the dog" tweet. What are you talking about? That's not hard to believe. Damn it, can I take back healers? Oh, that's funny. Oh, buddy. This is a very niche part of the internet. Yeah. Yeah, this is a weird part of the internet that makes no sense. You want to watch Taylor Should Business again? Let's find something. Should we? Your iPhone won't let you accept gifted memberships? Man, I can't believe people say that that's the superior product. Here's the thing. I don't care what kind of phone you have at all. I've gone on this tangent before. Like to me, I don't care. Whatever, man. You got a phone, you got a phone. That's great. But there's this like weird cult in the iPhone user world, right? It's not every iPhone user, but it's this bizarro cult that's just like, iPhones are the best product ever. They're way better. Your green text, whatever. And then like, there's like dumb stuff like this where it's like, I don't know how that's a better product. Like how is it a better product that like you can't just enjoy the memberships function on a YouTube channel, like in any sense of the way, in any sense of the word. Like you can't sign up for your own membership on your iPhone. You can't accept memberships. Like for me, I don't know what happened, but like if I'm just subscribed to a channel, it just automatically like sets me up to accept memberships. I don't even have to I don't have to do anything. Steve Jobs loyalist. Yeah, something. I mean, so when I was young, I was under the impression that like Apple products were really good. Like, people who had a Mac computer, I was like, oh, like that's a like a better product. But it was mostly because people who own that stuff were like insisting that it was significantly better. And so I was just like, oh, okay, maybe it is better. They own it. I don't. Maybe it's better. I want one. And the only Apple product I ended up having was a what's it called? iPod. And but like when I first got my very first smartphone in 2009, 2010, somewhere around there. I was paying my own cell phone bill, and iPhones were exclusive to AT&T, and the data plan was double what you would pay on an Android phone through another carrier. And so I was like, well, I don't really like AT&T that much anyway. I'm just gonna get. I think I already had a plan through Verizon. Pretty sure. Did I? No, I think I had T-Mobile, and I switched to Verizon for some reason. I can't remember why now, but I did. And again, like my plan was lower than iPhone users' plans. So for me, I'm like, okay, you're either like not very smart with your money if you're just like willingly throwing away extra money down the drain for a phone that does the same thing that mine does, or somebody else is paying for your plan. It doesn't really matter. And that person isn't really like paying much attention to how expensive those plans are. So over time, when you first get your first smartphone, like every time you upgrade and stuff, like the chances of you switching are pretty slim to none. So by now, none of those are factors, right? But it's just like there are these people that are convinced that the iPhone is like this superior product, and I keep hearing these things that are like not that great about them. And I'm like, I don't understand why people insist that this is just such a much better product when like, it's not. It's just a smartphone. It's a smartphone like all the other smartphones, but it's just like, if I have to go to a desktop or a laptop to use certain functions on an app that I have installed on my phone that can be used on other types of phones, then I'm like, hey, what? I don't understand why you guys are behind. Because that was one thing about iPhones that was actually technically better back in the day, was that it was just the iPhone that software testing had to be done on when it came to the operating systems, right? So like with Androids, you had all sorts of different phones, right? Like there was, I don't remember all the ones that were out. There was the Galaxy, the Note, and the Droid, I think. And then there were, I think, a couple other ones. So any app that had to be, there was either new, like Instagram, when it was brand new, it was only available on iPhone for a long time, for like, I don't know, well, not a long time, but like a few months before it was available on Android phones, because they had to do all that software testing on multiple operating systems that were set up for different hardware. So there was like, that made it somewhat superior in that anything that was like new or any updates that were happening or anything like that, like you got it first on the iPhone. And now it's just like, it kind of flatlined. And now it's just like a phone is a phone. They're all like the same, but there's this weird cult of iPhone users, and I just don't get it. Apple isn't a flex anymore. Yeah, well, I feel like it's all just basically on the same playing field. I'm sure there was stuff with whatever phone I have. I don't even know, like a Galaxy S20. That's, not that great or whatever. But I just don't insist that my phone is significantly better. And that's the thing that I have. That's the issue that I have with the people that are like, there's, and I think some of this is fake on the internet, right? It's just, I've seen this happen in the wild is where I have the issue. But you see the girls that are like, I remember seeing somebody post something that was like, guys, if you have an Android, don't use your phone on the first date. Because it gives girls the ick. And I'm like, use that phone on the first date. Show her the phone you have, because what you don't want is to go on a second date with somebody who cares about your phone. Here's the thing. If you have a Nokia brick, I will be impressed. Okay. You bust out your phone, you start playing Snake. I'm going to marry you. Maybe not. I don't know. It would make me a little suspicious though, because I would be like, is that your burner phone or what's happening here? Yeah. Who the fuck cares what phone someone else uses? Yeah. Again, it's not every iPhone user. Some people just have an iPhone because they have it, right? But like, I remember a girl like to my face was like, you need to switch to an iPhone. And I was like, what? Why? And she's like, I'm sick and tired of the green texts. I just can't text you anymore because I can't handle the green text. And I was like, I'm not getting a new phone for that. And then when it was time to upgrade, I asked a few questions about the iPhone, and the girl who was selling the phone was like, oh, don't do that. She's like, I have an iPhone, but that's just because I've had it for like a long time. But like, no, if I was starting new, or if I already had like an Android or whatever, I would just get this one. This one's going to be way better. Just saying. But like, there's a lot of people out there that have an iPhone that are like, that will say like, this thing's a piece of shit. Because there are certain functions that I just can't use for some freaking reason or whatever. And that's normal. Again, like, as if I had that issue with my phone, I would be doing the same thing because it's just a phone. Apple products aren't worth the money. I mean, I feel like they're like the same amount, right? As like a regular Android. Isn't that more about being 100% present at the date? No, they were specifically saying like, if you have an Android, don't use your phone because you don't want her seeing your phone, because Android users give us the ick. That was like the specific point that she was making. Now, somebody who genuinely wants you to have a good date and wants you to like mind your manners would say, hey, please be present on the date and like take your time getting to know this person instead of having your phone out. And using it instead of talking to them. I tried using Android and it pissed me off. It's just operating system preference for me. Right. Well, and that's the thing is like you have a phone and you use it and you like the way it functions or whatever. Fine. That's fine. But like there was like one person who did that, and it was all women that were doing this shit. I don't think I've actually run into a man who cared about the phone. Because another girl was like, Androids are just expensive paperweights. They're used as piles of garbage. And I'm like, I don't understand what you're talking about. Like, I have the same functions on my phone as you do. What are you saying? Why are you saying that it's like useless? Because it's a piece of crap. Oh, actually, no, I did meet one guy. I don't know if he was doing like satire though, but he always referred to anything that wasn't an iPhone as a poor people phone. And I was like, well, I don't know. I feel like since we all work together, in like the same position and everything, I feel like we're all poor people here in this room. Don't date some chick who says ick to Android phones. Don't date a chick that uses the words the ick. Yes, don't date a girl who uses the term ick to describe things. She's too young. The new iPhone iPhone uses the same charger now. Well, that's cool. Everything's like streamlining. I like Mac for better than I do Apple phones. What? But I can only use either Mac or Linux. Oh, using Windows makes me want to throw my computer through a window. Don't get me wrong. Using Windows can be really annoying, especially if you have to like show yourself how to do stuff. For the most part. But I feel like with any operating system, I have to say, like, once you get the hang of it, it's just whatever. iPhones are Chinese made trash. Aren't they all though? No, you're Courtney, which happened. What? Plotbot. You're gonna tell me I can't use this as a song lyric? No, okay. No, you're Courtney, which happened. Assimilation. The hell did you just say to me? I want a Steam operating system based PC. Steam operating system on the Steam Deck is killer. I don't know. I don't understand any of that. That's another thing though. Get your oil changed, Plotbot. Plotbot is being Plotbot. That's the thing with Plotbot is that Plotbot just shares whatever's happening and it's just on, you know, his own little planet over there. And we just accept it for what it is. But yeah, no, I am kind of a clueless ding dong when it comes to tech stuff. So for me, it's just, you know, like I said, you got the stuff that does the things, and then you figure out how to do it, and then you can do it. That's just it. That's just how it is. I'm getting so tired. Andrew Thomas, hello. It is Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? I don't know. I'm so tired. Yeah. 3.5 hours. And so it's finally like 2:30, maybe 3 o'clock. Like I finally fell asleep. And I was like, okay, I'm definitely like, I'm going to wake up at like 5:30, 6 o'clock, and I'm going to feed the dogs. I'm going right back to bed. I'm so tired. And then I was like, I can't do that because every once in a while I'll do that on a day where I'm like, yeah, I have to have rest. Like I just didn't get enough sleep. But yesterday I started planning out my days because some of my days have been so unproductive. And I'm like, I just regret wasting all this time when I need to be doing stuff. And so like yesterday I just started like writing down I'm like, I have to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And I was like, oh, I'm getting so much more done because instead of overthinking, like, I need to do this and this and this and this and this, but what order should I do them in? I just like write it all down. Then I'm like, okay, I'm just going to do this next. Okay, I'm just going to do this next. I'm just going to do this next. And of course, the one thing I didn't do was prep for the stream, for today's stream. I was going to do that last night and I didn't. And here we are. But I got a lot more done. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to write down a bunch of stuff that I need to do tomorrow. And I'm going to plan everything out hour by hour. And then I'll get it done. And so I was like, oh shit, I have to work out at 7. I have to work out at 7. I said I was going to work out at 7. I have it like scheduled on my phone. Like I have like this fitness app that has a bunch of workout videos. I'm like, so I have a workout video ready and going to go. So it's basically going to alert me like a YouTube live stream will. And I have to do the workout because otherwise I'm not going to do it. And if I stream at noon my time every Wednesday, like I'm not going to change it for the workout. And so I have to do my workout and then I'm going to shower. And then maybe I'll have a little bit of time to do some prep beforehand. But then I got really, really hungry. And I was like, I'm going to have to eat something really quick. I thought it was going to be much quicker, but I didn't. And then I needed to walk the dogs. I walked the dogs. And then I was like, I haven't even put makeup on. I have like less than an hour till the show starts. I have to put on makeup. Hi, Ashley. Hello. Is that Chunky Chungus behind you? Yes, this one is Chunky Chungus, and then you can see this little ear in the corner. That one is the naughty one that woke me up at 11:30. Well, I wasn't actually like asleep at that point, but like at 12:30, 1:30, and 2. Yeah. Woohoo! What's the app? It's called Fit On, and it's free. There's like a ton of free workouts on there. If you download it, let me know, because I can show you all the workouts that I've done that I really like. And I've been doing like more lower intensity, like easier for beginners workouts, because I keep going off and on with my workouts, and so there's enough time that goes by that if I just try to jump back in it, I'm going to be so sore and won't be able to like work out again. And so, but like, it's cool because you can go through, when you go to pick a workout, you can tell it how much time you have to do the workout, and then like certain areas or that you want to work, like if you want to do arms or glutes or whatever. And then you can also tell it like if you want to do like strength training or cardio, or maybe you want to just do yoga. So you have all different ways to filter out your workouts before you pick them up, or before you pick it out, or whatever. What am I saying? I don't know. I'm so tired. Thank God for concealer, because this luggage under my eyes is heavy. Okay. Ooh. Holy shit. I've been learning German, and I added an English-German keyboard to my phone, and my autocorrect is beyond jacked up. Okay. That happened to me when I was learning German. I was like actively learning German. And my friend Greg, I think we've all heard about Greg. He and I was like texting him the most around that time, and I was constantly accidentally texting him in German. And he was like, "So what does that one mean?" Oh man, I did legs 2 days ago and still feeling the burn. You know what? On Fit On, there is a workout called Split Stretcher. Cassie Ho is the what do they call it? The instructor. And it's like 20 minutes. And I'm telling you, that stretch, every time I do it after especially a heavy leg day, I don't have like no pain, little to no pain. Like it'll be a leg day that lasts longer than 2 days. Like it just hurts. Like basically like knock me out of the game for a minute. Like I don't want to do anything. I mean, it hurts to move. It hurts to like walk. But if I do that split stretcher, stretch, it's don't even have to worry about it. Greg, the coworker who wouldn't beat off. I'm not saying that he wouldn't. It's just that he said he didn't. That doesn't necessarily mean he wouldn't. It's just that he wouldn't admit to it, at least, if he did. I don't think he did, though. I think that he, I don't think he did, because I yelled at him all the time, and he doesn't have the yelling kink that some of the people in the chat have. How many Germans does it take to screw in a light bulb? Nice backdrop. Thank you. We're in Russia. Ushka bushka mushka. Courtney, I stayed at Adam's after you left all night. And 3 of us went until the morning, just having an old school time talking about the generation gaps. It was great. Really? Now that I think about it, I don't remember that stream ending. Did I just go to sleep then? 9 Germans. That means none, right? I don't even remember. I haven't tried to learn German. I need to brush up on my German. I need to get back at it. You know? Sometimes I'm just kind of dumb. The most important phrase in German is ich möchte Käse, I think. Käse. I want cheese. Okay. Woo! That was going to take me a minute. Thank you for helping me. Yeah, Courtney never got past this. Octoon June. I don't know. It's just I don't remember any of it anymore. You know, once you stop like speaking it and stuff, you just you forget. Courtney, Morgan's morning might be 3 hours ahead of our Pacific. Oh, I don't know where Morgan is. Shouldn't it be I want beer? Carrie, if you know anything about me, it's that I love cheese. Is it Liebe? Ich liebe Käse. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to say that. There's nothing sadder than a sad loaf of bread. That's true. There is nothing sadder than a sad loaf of bread. But Germans love beer. But we're not talking about the Germans. We're talking about, well, not me either. I don't know. It's correct. Ich liebe Käse. Yeah. I should start practicing German again. Scottish Rangers bailing out one more day, then off work Friday and Monday. Whoop, whoop. Days off are so fun. Except sometimes they're not. What? Why did I say that? I'm really tired. Do you know where in Germany your kin are from? Are you Bavarian like Chrissy? I have no idea. Yeah, I have no clue. I haven't traced I haven't really researched that part of my family. You know, I'm a little nervous. What if they're in Argentina now? If you're Bavarian, I'd buy you a Drindle. There's a Bavarian goods shop near me. Ooh, I had some of those on my wish list a while back. 23andMe. Yeah, didn't they sell everyone's personal information to a Chinese company? Like 23andMe specifically? Somebody in the chat needs to learn how to do that type of DNA research so that we can have a trustworthy source to go to for that. No, they got hacked. Oh, I thought they went out of business. And then, I don't know what my source was, so who knows? You guys remember when What? Do you guys remember when there was that game that I was kind of annoyed that it was like virtual reality? It's called I Am Security. And I was like, God, I really want to play this game, but you have to go through that stupid Mark Zuckerberg video game system and get the VR headset and shit. I don't want to do that. I just want to play a regular game. Well, I found another clip of another game that I might be changing my mind on this whole resistance to Mark Zuckerberg's gaming system.
The mother. Sell fruits and vegetables. It's fun most.
There's a nip in the air. Cold won't be good for my crops. Never is.
Do you get to the Cloud District very often? Oh, what am I saying? Of course you don't.
I'll have your head. You're not. That's that.
Someone do something.
Oh my God!
The mother. Sell fruits and vegetables.
So
Fun most.
I don't know what this game is. It said it's a VR headset. I think I might need to stop resisting this VR situation and start playing these games. Why did he do that? Oh, you don't need meta for Skyrim VR. Yeah, but I can't play I Am Security. Can I play I Am Security on that? Because that is the game that I really want to play. Is that racist? I don't know. Is it? I don't know. I don't know. I guess the guy got tired of the ceiling chirping. Wait. I got an idea.
The mother. Sell fruits and vegetables. It's fun most.
There's a nip in the air. Cold won't be good for my crops. Never is.
Do you get to the Cloud District very often? Oh, what am I saying? Of course you don't.
I'll have your head. You're not. That's that.
Someone do something. The mother. Sell fruits and vegetables. It's fun.
Well, I don't think YouTube's going to like that one. A nipple in the air? I feel like we would have seen it, right? Thank you for that, plot bot. I don't understand. Anyone else hear that chirp? What chirp? You should look up bar fight VR. It makes me piss myself laughing. Okay, I'm gonna have to find some clips for the next one. Read the caption in that clip. He says he does something in the game that he always wanted to do. Oh, I didn't even finish reading it. I just saw that he got a VR headset. Whoops. Maybe that person that he beat up was just somebody that he knew already, and he just wanted to beat that guy up because he didn't like him. I don't know what to do now. I'm scared. They had that chirp on at Juvie Lube yesterday. They had that chirp on. just a sound effect that sometimes we play at places of business. Wait, so Jiffy Lube, people at Jiffy Lube didn't know how to change their smoke alarm battery? Huh. I think I need a nap. I'm having a hard time keeping my eyes open right now. Oh. Whew. Yeah, that coffee didn't do anything for me. Man, the first cup of coffee of the day is so awesome. Anything after that is just lame. Like, why did I make another cup of coffee? I knew what was going to happen. The level of annoyance I get from that noise is immeasurable. I'm gonna make up for it. Okay. Sorry, cola. Yeah. My head's starting to hurt. Okay, is there anything important that we need to discuss? Oh my god, before I go. I really dread being happy-go-lucky made lemonade guy. Wait, that is what that says. Yeah? Really dread being happy-go-lucky made lemonade guy. You know what this makes me think of? You like fun dip bed cherry coke. I like the way you laugh when I tell a joke. When I met you, I said my name is Rich. You look like a girl from Abercrombie and Fitch. New kids on the block, get a bunch of hits. Chinese food makes me sick, and I think it's fly when girls stop by for the summer. For the summer, I like girls that wear Abercrombie and Fitch. I date her if I had one wish. Okay. What is that one lyric? Some girls stop by for the summer. For the summer. That's what that makes me think of. LFO. Yeah. Scene from BET movie that haunted me. Movie? There's a BET movie? What about the BET Awards when they let Justin Timberlake show up? That doesn't haunt you? It haunts me. They shouldn't have done it. BET Awards is not for Justin Timberlake. Okay. Well, I'm tired. We really didn't do anything. But now I'm gonna have to yell at Dirty Deeds on Twitter because he lied again. The Wet Awards. And that could be a number of things, really. You know? That could be the Wet Awards or the White Entertainment. What does a T stand for? Television? I was wrong. The game is called Drunken Bar Fight 2. Okay, I need to look up clips for Drunken Bar Fight 2. Then we can watch those. It is television. Okay. Drunken Bar Fight 2. Write that down. Someone might remember it for me. Help! Okay, so anyway, women's entertainment television. Yeah, women's, white people. What? Yeah. It can mean a few things. And you know what? I like that. I think we need all of them. Yep, I'm falling asleep. Oh my God, I'm so tired. So this has to go. This has to wrap up because I have to take a nap. Even if it's for like 20 minutes, I have to just. Sometimes I have to sleep like that. Because the dogs are so cuddly, but they cuddle in awkward positions. I can't just like put my arms around them. And then but I can't just put my arms like straight down next to my body. So I just have to do this. Oops, sorry. I have to do this. Did you tell the dogs to write that down? Write that down. Look at Chunkus's face. Chunkus, write that down. Drunken bar fight too. Where's Penelope? Nap like a mummy. Yeah, I do that. Oh yeah, that feels nice. Yep. Oh my God. Look at my eyes. Yeah. No, we're out of here. I gotta go. Wow. I'm looking to see if there's like anything going on in the chat, but I don't think we're all dwindling, I think. Help. Cool. Touch tight. All right. Cool. Love you. Bye. Don't forget, nobody likes to do trust falls alone. Okay, bye. Bye. Love you. See you. I guess that just means we're having to do this again. Oh no.
To an end, stars are fading, lights descend. Thank you for this time we spent. Memories shared, hearts will mend. We had such a great time here. Laughter, love, and moments dear. Every smile, every cheer. Now it's time to disappear. Oh, I will miss you till we meet again. Take care, my friend, my heart will tend. Until the day we start anew, forever hold on nights to you. Walking out until daylight, city's glow turns into night. Hold these moments nice and tight. In my dreams you'll shine so bright. Every goodbye leaves a trace of a night we can't replace. Take care in every space. Till next time we will embrace. Oh, embrace. I will miss you till we meet again. Take care, my friend, my heart will tend. Until the day we start anew, forever hold on nights to you. Only goodbye leaves a trace of a night we can't replace. Take care in every space. Till next time we will embrace. Oh, I will miss you till we meet again.